Oh, Ginny, gin, gin. Hello, lovers of whiskey and fine drinks and all sorts of stuff around the world. My name's Jock Shaw I am, and I have a small company called Scotch and Folk, www.scotchandfolk.nl. Have a wee look, usually in Dutch. My webpage is in Dutch and English. And as promised, I'm going to do another one in English about gin. This will be, for the moment, for the time being, my last video blog in English. I'm going to revert back to Dutch again hereafter and go back again to whiskey. I did a gin a couple of weeks ago. It was Bruichladdich gin, the botanist. Beautiful gin. For those of you that can remember it, if not, you can still look it up on the internet. It's still there among my blogs. The Botanist, beautiful Walk in the Forest gin. And today I have another gin, Old Raj. Look at that. Let's bring it up to the camera. Old Raj. Look at that in the box. The Old Raj. And it's bottled by Cadenhead. You can see it there, or Cadenhead, as they often call it. I'll take it out, and the reason I want to take it out up close to the camera is I want you to see the little yellow sheen through it. I'm bringing it up close. Can you see that yellow sheen on it, right through it? Put my finger behind it. There's my finger behind it, so you can see, and you can see the back of the white label. If you look at the back of the white label here, you can see that there is a yellow sheen through the bottle. Right. I wanted you to see that. Why? Well, gin, ladies and gentlemen, is a distillate, originates, it's believed in the Netherlands. I'm going to put a little bit in my Glencairn tasting glass to taste it neat first. I also have some ice here in another glass with a spoon. I've got some tonic. Why did you see that yellow sheen? The yellow sheen is there because of part of the botanics which is in this Old Raj Cadenhead gin is saffron. And as we all know, saffron is very yellow. Used, one of the most expensive of the Oriental spices. And the Old Raj, that's it's a reference, I think, to the time that Britain was the colonial power in India. Well, at least all around the Far East, and the gentleman, the fine gentleman in the tropical helmet on the front, all decorated with medals. He's obviously an Oriental chap, and he doesn't look, his facial features doesn't look very Indian to me. It looks a little bit more further to the east than that. So I don't really know where they're referring to with this box that they've put it in. They're calling it Old Raj Gin. And it says, Old Raj Gin and Indian Tonic, served after the hunt. Now, I said that with my Scottish accent. It would sound a little bit better if an English person would say, Old Raj Gin served after the hunt. But of course I don't speak like that. I can speak like that if I want to, but then again, who'd want to? Right, the Old Raj, we had the Botanist before, and you remember I spoke of the Botanist, the Islay gin, very unusual, a Walk in the Forest, fresh, beautiful gin, lovely and neat. Now I want you to have a good listen to what I have to say about this. Now again, as soon as I sniff it, the junipers are just jumping right up my nostrils. Junipers. Don't forget that during the 80 Years' War, many British served alongside Dutch, fighting the Spanish, and the Dutch would give them their Geneva before going into battle, and this is derived from the Dutch Geneva, it's believed brought to Britain by William of Orange, and because they were given that before going into battle, we have the term Dutch courage. Now, I'm going to have a little bit of Dutch courage now and tell you about this stuff. Beautiful, beautiful gin. And it's different from the Bruichladdich one. It's different from Beefeater, different from almost any gin. Well, all gins are different from each other because the botanicals, infusion, structure, make them all have their own signature. Beefeater's got a different signature to this, and all the old dry gin marks are different from one another. What makes this one especially different though is that it's 55% alcohol by volume. The Bruichladdich Botanist gin that I tasted in one of my previous blogs was 46. The regular bottling strength of all Bruichladdich stuff. This is 55%. Now, yellow sheen through it, as you can see. The yellow sheen given by the spice, the oriental spice, saffron. Now, neat. It's very, very pleasant indeed. It's not so foresty like the Bruichladdich. I'm going to sniff this right out of the bottle, which is a bit of an undistinguished, very bit of a common way of sniffing something straight out of the bottle. But now this is again, it's like a pine forest, this Bruichladdich gin. This one, the junipers are jumping right out at me. You know, like these conifer trees, these beautiful big conifer trees that you can see with little berries on them. Especially the blue ones, you can green ones too. Thuja occidentalis, they're called. And if you pluck off one of these little berries and rub it between your fingers and sniff it, you get that kind of smell that you get here too. Now that's the smell, and you can actually taste more things with your nose than that you can with your mouth. And but the most overpowering of things that I can get out of this is the juniper. Now, neat. Okay, I've put 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 ice cubes in this glass. I've taken no lime with me, and no lemon, because this gin is just, it would be a waste. I just don't want to put lime or a lime wedge into it, and I'll tell you why in a minute. I've tried it before, so I'm going to pour in what I think would be roughly, well, I'll actually do it proper. Wait for me, just wait a sec. Right, I have here a little measuring thing, and I'm going to pour in 2 times 20 millilitres, so that's 1, that's 2, and I'll fill the rest up with tonic. And this is Royal Club tonic water, also known as quinine water, tonic water. It could also be nice with a little bit of just a little leaf of goodness me, I'm on camera and I've even forgot, I'm searching for words. Mint, haha, came up with it, mint, with a couple of leaves of mint and a wedge of lime, if you like. Not this soldier, no boy. No, I'm just putting in only 5 ice cubes and some tonic water, because this is the great test of gin, if it does well with tonic, you know. Oh, ginny gin, isn't it lovely? Beautiful, beautiful with the tonic water. Now, taste it neat. My personal preference would be this, the Botanist, which I have here, which I tasted before, which you can see in one of my previous blogs, also in English, 46%, very aromatic and it's very complex. This one tasted neat. It's just so overpowering on the juniper that it's very difficult. It's got such a lovely sheen to it of yellow that I was hoping to taste more. It doesn't disappoint. It's a good gin. It's a beautiful dry gin. But because of its high strength, the 55%, with tonic, it's just beautiful. It just comes out much better. It's higher strength. I didn't want to spoil it with putting in lime or anything like that. So 40 millilitres of gin, 5 ice cubes, fill it up with tonic. Don't bother with the little leaf of what I just said, which I've forgotten again, and lime, mint. Don't bother with the mint or the lime. Just stick the ice cubes in. And I don't like to insult anybody, and my good American friends, least of all, I don't want to insult them, because you know I like America. I go there sometimes, and I've got many American friends. But my goodness, you guys have got a terrible habit of putting in too much ice cubes. You tend to spoil drinks by just flooding it with ice, you know. I've seen in another YouTube video a bartender's course, United States bartender's course, you know, filling one of these glasses right up with, you know, dozens of ice cubes and putting in a couple of shots of gin and, you know, loads of lime and all sorts of other things. It spoils it. I mean, this stuff is good. People are making this beautiful gin to try and please us with their great product, and we're drowning it in ice, because ice melts basically. When it melts, you're filling it up with water and diluting it terribly. And so please try it, give it a shot, what I've just said, my American friends. Try it with a little bit less ice than you're used to. See what you think. If you do prefer it with a lot more ice, well, power to you, carry on as you're. We're a different culture over here in Europe. We tend to use less ice. Of course, in Northern Europe, where I live, we don't have the kind of temperatures to warrant lots of ice, but anyway, have a go at it. High alcohol percentage, 55%, makes it very nice with tonic. I prefer this one with tonic to the Bruichladdich. I prefer the Bruichladdich Botanist Gin neat. Whatever you like, power to you. A very, very civilised drink indeed, ladies and gentlemen, this. After the hunt. Oh, what are you hunting for nowadays? Women? Men? In my case, all types of good spirits. Until next time, ladies and gentlemen, chin chin, cheers, here's to you, here's to you. Ginny gin, gin, you're the lady.